What is going on, everybody? In this video I'm going to solve the question EHAV's last corollary from the Codeforces round 649 of division 2. In this question we have been given a connected undirected graph with n vertices from 1 to n and an integer k, and we have to find either of these two things. The first thing is an independent set that has exactly ceiling of k by 2 vertices, or we can also find a simple cycle of length at most k. An independent set is a set of vertices such that no two of them are connected by an edge. And it's also written that for any input we'll always be able to find one of these things. Actually, it is true for any graph because we can always find one of these things. Let's start with the first case in where we have a graph with a cycle, of length less than equal to k. In this case we can just print the cycle's vertices. Coming to the second case, let's suppose we are not able to find the cycle of length less than equal to k. So if suppose we find the cycle which has a length greater than equal to k, what can we do in that case? Suppose k equals to 5 and we are able to find the cycle of length equal to 6. So what we can do is we just take the alternate vertices, and here's our k by 2 equal to 5 by 2, which is 3 vertices. So these 3 vertices definitely forms an independent set because they are pairwise unconnected. And if we are able to find these 3 vertices in such a graph, then we'll always be able to find these kinds of vertices, at least ceiling of k by 2 vertices in a bigger cycle also. If however the graph doesn't contain any cycle, then the graph is basically a tree. In that case, what we can do is, since we know that a tree is a bipartite graph, we can color it in 2 colors, and we can take that particular set of nodes which have the most frequent color. Suppose this is the tree. What we are going to do is we are first going to color it in 2 colors. So this is black, white, black, white. This is going to be black, white, black, and white. So it's been colored in 2 colors. So in this we have 5 whites and 4 blacks. Now we have been given that k is less than equal to n. So definitely the larger set, the set with more number of nodes, is going to be the set we consider, and it will definitely have at least ceiling of k by 2 vertices. So if suppose k is equal to 9, then we have ceiling of k by 2 equal to 5. So we take all the 5 whites. If suppose k is equal to 7, in that case what we are going to do is 7 by 2 is equal to, the ceiling of 7 by 2 is equal to 4. We are going to take any of the four white vertices and it's going to give the correct answer. The reason is that when we are coloring, we are always coloring it in such a way that no two same colors have the same edge. That's why it's always going to form an independent set. Okay, so how do we solve the question for the first two cases? What we can do is we do a depth first search and we find a cycle. Let's suppose we start from node A and we end at node B, and we have a backward edge from B to A. So our graph looks something like this. We have A, it's connected to B. So we are starting from A, we go till B, and we find a backward edge from B to A. We find, suppose this is a cycle we have found, and there are other outgoing edges from this graph. So we have a cycle for ourselves. So we are just considering this particular hexagon. Now let's suppose in this case the value of k given is 9 and we have a cycle with length equal to 6. What we can do is print all the nodes that are there in this particular cycle that we have found from A to B, A to A basically. But let's suppose the value of k is equal to 5. What can we do in that case? What we'll do is we just take the alternate vertices and we'll have our answer. The reason is k equals to 5 by 2. K by 2 is equal to 5 by 2 and the ceiling of this is going to be 3. So whenever we have a polygon without any diagonals, we'll always have that if we take alternate vertices, we'll always have greater than equal to k by 2 independent vertices. However, there's a catch in this, because let's suppose we found the cycle from A to B. However, we also have an edge connected from this point to, let's say, C. What can we do now? What we'll do is we are going to break this cycle into further cycles and find a polygon without any diagonals, and that is going to be leading us to the answer. So to do that, what we can do is we remove this backward edge first. We remove this backward edge and we try to find the shortest path from A to B. Because we know A and B, we'll be able to find a shortest path from A to B, and also we can say that the shortest path along with the backward edge will give the answer that we require, which is a polygon without no diagonals. And we can just use a simple BFS in this case. So after doing this, we'll find the polygon to be ABCA, and here we'll find that the length of the cycle is 3. So what we can do is, since k is equal to 5, we can just print the cycle because it's less than equal to 5. Now coming to the code of this question, here we are taking the inputs of the graph and I start a DFS from the first node. Now when I start the DFS from the first node, when I see a neighboring node that is not the parent node and has already been visited, then I can say that we have found our A and B. And so here X is basically equal to B and node named variable is A. So we have a backward edge from X to the node. After running DFS, we find the shortest path from X to node without the backward edge. And after that, I'm just going to push all the nodes in the shortest path into this answer vector. This is going to be in an order such that it forms a cycle from X to the node. Now this answer vector, if the size of this is going to be less than equal to k, and if we have found a cycle, so this basically variable is regarding whether we have a cycle or not. So if we have a cycle and the pushed nodes, all the pushed nodes form a set which is less than equal to k, then we can always print the whole cycle itself. If suppose the answer vector itself has greater than k nodes, then what we are going to do is we are just going to take all the alternate nodes and we are going to print it until we fulfill our requirement of ceiling of k by 2 nodes. If however we are not able to find the cycle itself, then our cycle variable is going to be 0, and during the DFS we have also colored all the nodes alternatively, like I showed in the tree. So after that, if I don't have a cycle with me, then I can break the tree into two sets of black and white, and if the color value is 1, then I push it into black. If the node's color value is 0, then I push it into white. After that, what I do is I print all the nodes that are occurring in the most frequent color. So whichever vector size is greater, I'm going to use that. I'm going to print all the required number of nodes which are here. So yeah, thank you for watching this video and have a good day.